Hi everyone, I'm back. Of course I'm back, it's premiere. Hello! Sometimes I forget what I'm recording. For this part of this premiere anyway, I want to show you this little folio that I made with templates. Now the templates are not mine. They are from Anna at Pink Monarch Prints. Pink Monarch Prints, yes. And this is called Tall Folio. I'll link it below. But this is, I just printed it out, made it with ordinary white paper just to kind of show you what it is. On the front there's a little flap and then it opens up. There are some pockets that go on there which I didn't put on this one. And then down here there are some side pockets which I actually should go the other way. They should go down there. Then there's a big flip up. It's got a belly band. It's got an envelope in there, coin envelope, which I'm going to change. Then it's got a flip here, pocket here, and then on the, no, not there, here, it's got another pocket. So it's a really nice template. Handy template, and so I thought I'd make it up first before I brought it to you, just so I could get the hang of it, get the feel of it. And this is what I made, and it says choose to be kind. I mean, how appropriate for us. But I used these papers, which are also Pink Monarch print, and they're called Whispering Florals, and I'll just show you what I've still got left. It's a stunning kit. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, look at that. If you're into stripes and florals, what could be better? It's just beautiful. So yeah, these are my remnanty pieces, which I've got no intention of throwing out. Look at that. How useful is that page? You could use that in any Timmy project or many other projects. It's kind of blue and corally colour, I would call it. Which I really like. I like those colours together. That one's gorgeous as well, isn't it? Oh, it's beautiful. There's quite a lot of green in it as well. Look at that. It's got quite an oriental feel to it, that one. And this one, the green. I'll put that on the bottom. And then I can... There we go. So this is the garden path, and this is the... Whispering Florals, what's wrong with you? And this is the one that I made from that. So it opens up and you've got these three pockets down here, and in each one there's a little folded over piece of card, and inside is some journaling. And I folded it over because now you've got twice the journaling. So you could also journal on that, it's not dark. So that there's three of those down there. That just pops into there. I'll put some trim there and some gold ribbon, just a little bit of frou-frouiness. Then on the other side we've got the matching three pockets. Same thing. These are exactly the same. Double journaling spot, and they just pop into there. Like so. Then in the middle we've got this flap, and I've put a large pocket on mine and some gold ribbon to match this, and I've just put a journaling card in it. Look at that. How pretty is that? Which I've backed so it's good and firm to journal on. That just slides into there. That says kindness. That opens up, and then here we've got a belly band which I've put ribbon down each side. Well, not quite on the side. And then I made a little journal, because sometimes with these folios, they're lovely to look at, but not the most practical. So I made a little journal there. Some of Janya's lined coffee stain paper, some of Mr. F's coffee stain paper. So it's quite a handy little book, and I've just decorated the front. It says happiness. So that goes into there. And then here on the back, I've just got a big pocket with a lovely big journaling card in, onto cards, so you can easily journal in it. That goes in there. So that folds over. Then on the back we've got three, we've got triple pockets that are angled. So that's what that looks like. 3 good journaling cards here. They go down into their respective pockets. Oops, come up a little bit. And that one. It's being very awkward. Why are you being awkward? Don't know. They just like being awkward when they're being filmed. So that's that. And then the back is just the pattern paper, which is, I say just, how beautiful is it? So that's the little folio. It's gorgeous, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So for the folio I'm going to show you how to make, I've chosen another set of Anna's papers. This one is called Garden Path. It's like pretty overload. It's gorgeous. So I'll just flick through the papers first. That's really useful page, isn't it? That collage page. Just lovely. They're just very, very pretty. I mean, they'd actually be nice for a baby girl or something like that. Well, for anything. Houndstooth. I like houndstooth. So there's the green one and there's the pink one. And come on. There's that one, but it's got a background on it. Text background, and the very light pink. So those are the papers. They are called Garden Path. Also Anna's pink monarch prints, and these ones, the first ones I showed you, are Whispering Florals, which they're gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print on one side of my paper with the Garden Path, and I'm going to print the template out on the other side so I can cut it right out. So that's, I'll just show you briefly what I'm talking about. So that one's got the back pockets on it, so I can cut those out and use them in that lovely pink. The houndstooth, no, that hasn't got anything on it. This has got the side pockets on in this. Oh, it's just so pretty. And then this one, there should be 2 of those. Is there 2 of those? Yeah. This one is the centre flap, you know, the bit that goes up, and that's the belly band. So that's what I've chosen to do that on. And this is going to be the outside. So I've printed those on one side, put them back in, and printed the pattern on the other. So I'm now going to go and cut all those out, and I'll come back to you when I've done all that, just magically. See you soon. Right, okay, well, I've had my lunch, so I think that's had plenty time to dry. So all I want to do now is just recrease it along the lines we've already got. So that's that one. Just, yeah, it's not bubbling up because it's dry. If you did it straight off while it's wet, it has a tendency to just, the wet paper just rooks up, which is not what we want. So that's it, that's that hinge in, spine should I say, in again. Nice little spine there. Oh, I forgot to draw the curtains, it's a bit light for you. What I'm going to do with this one is just, I know, I went off half cock, Mr. F.
Well, half cock's better than no cock.
I forgot to put the light on, draw the curtains, forgot everything. So I'm just going to go over these again, put them in again. crease them on those. Fold lines. Then we can ink around it. Make sure we get that square. And this one, yeah, that's good. It's a nice little spine there as well. So that's ostensibly our folio, and this is the flippy flappy bit that also needs lining. But I'm just gonna, that just needs a little bit of glue down there. I'm just gonna ink around it. Let's try my pause button again. No, it doesn't want to work. Okay, so I've carried on, I've inked around all there, put the spines, folded the spines in, and I've covered the back of the flap. So now it's a matter of kind of sticking pockets in and that sort of thing. So on this one, the top of the flap, I want to put this green houndstooth one on there. Just like that. If you're following Anna's tutorial on this, which I will also link below, she's got a YouTube tutorial on this, I have veered off the straight and narrow.
No,
not
surely not.
Oh, not for the first time in my life, but you know. I'm just going to get my ruler and hold that on the bottom just to make sure this is square. I want it a little way up. I'm about 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom, and obviously equidistant from each edge if I can manage that. So I've just put glue on the bottom at this stage, and that's because with the other one I found it difficult getting my journaling cards in and out because they were catching on that bit there. So I'm going to use some washi tape over that, and I'm going to use my best Timmy tape because it's about the thinnest tape that I've got, and I can't even find how to get into this. Oh, do come on. Oh, this is ludicrous. There we go. Yeah, so I'm just where that joins onto the page there. And I'm really going to bone folder that down. So the journaling card, when we put it in, should just slide over that and not meet that hump. Scissors, scissors, scissors. Just got a little bit of a lumpy bumpy here. Just going to cut that off. There we are. So just make sure that it's really pressed down well. And then you can put in, glue your other edges. Yeah. So we've got a nice gusseted pocket here, which is ripe for decorating when we come to that stage. But at the moment I'm just still constructing. There we are, and then all you need to do is just flip that up like that, and there you have it. There's your nice pocket. Nice gusseted pocket. There we go. So that's all I'm going to do to that flip at this stage. We'll of course get a card in and we'll decorate here. Now the inside of that has got a belly band, and the belly band in the kit it is it has got these gussets on them. Now I'm always a bit skeptical of gussets on a belly band because it can just be, I need to fold that back on itself and ink that. It can make them a bit flippy flappy and things can fall out, and I don't like that. I am, however, going to put a notebook in it, which is, you know, it's quite thick, So I just can't decide whether to include the gusseted part or not. What to do. No, I don't think I will. I'm going to cut that off there. But, you know, if you feel that you want the gusset, by all means, it's there for you. So if you want to use it, use it. I'm just not going to on this occasion. So just glue the top and the bottom. I do put a fair bit of glue on belly bands because, think about it, there's not much holding them on really. There we go. And is there an up and a down? I think there might be, so we'll put it that way. So I want that fairly central. Does that look central? Central-ish. Let's have a look. Oh, maybe could do with being a bit more that way. Yeah, I think so. So we're all right there. That's the belly band on then. So that's ostensibly this flap finished, apart from the journaling card, the decoration and the notebook that I'm going to put in there. So now let's move on to the two, well, this one actually, we'll move on to this one. And for that, I'm just going to put a big pocket there, just like that, which will have a card in. I'm going to put a thumb notch in it. So let's just mark the centre. Get my punch out. This is 1.5 inch punch, but honestly it really doesn't matter. And just ink that bit. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to stick the bottom down, put the washi tape on, blah blah. There we go. So this fills up that whole, pretty much that whole panel. So make sure you've got it straight. There we go. Lovely. Give that a good press down. Then get the washi tape and do exact same thing again. Just over that top bit there. And bone folder that to within 1 inch of its life. I found it really annoying when I can't get cards in pockets because they won't slide over that hump at the bottom. It really is annoying. So I'm in an attempt to stop that happening. The TV is really good for us at the moment, because as you know, we love our cricket, and there's cricket aplenty on. I haven't got time to watch all the cricket. And there's also motorcycle racing on the Isle of Man, which is a little island in the sea between us and Ireland. And once a year in June, they have these ridiculous motorcycle races where people go around on roads. I mean, the roads are closed, so they're not going to meet anybody coming the other way. But they're just the roads that everybody on the island uses on a day-to-day basis. And they let these motorcyclists go off at like 130 miles an hour. It's ridiculous. There's stone walls, there's trees, there's lampposts. It's just frightening. But because of that, it's great to watch. Now I'm going to use these two bits that are templates, and I've printed the template on one side and cut it out, and on the other side I printed some pattern, so I'm going to put that there. I like that. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just glue well, it's the side, but it's where the tabs will go into, the tags, should I say. So just get this glued down. And get that straight with the same amount of space at the top and the bottom, which is about there, I think. Okay, that's looking good. Same with the other side, then we'll come back and do the side parts. So yeah, the motorcycle racing from the Isle of Man is ridiculous. How close those boys come to dying, and sometimes a bit too close, to be honest. And it doesn't end happily. But, you know, that's their choice. Nobody is making them do it. They do it because it makes them happy. And they know the risks. They're not stupid. Well, they're not stupid at all. They're just out and out adrenaline junkies. So there we are. That's that. Let's put the washi down here. And down this one, and I'm hoping this is really going to help with my problem. There we go. So let's fold that over. Yeah, that's going to look nice. Now on the template you'll see these 3 dots, and that's where the glue line is. So we need to glue that. So let's just check that we've got that square and mark a little line in, so we can glue exactly on that line where we're supposed to be gluing. And on the other side, there we go. So now what we want to do is glue what's the top along that glue line, the line we've just drawn in, along this one, and the gusset at the bottom. So the top and bottom pockets effectively have got kind of half a gusset. The middle one, however, hasn't, and you will find it's going to be tighter. It's just kind of the way it is. So there we go. Lovely, 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 lovely. It's very, very pretty paper, this really is. And then the same here. Just fold that back over to there and press it down. And there we have it. There's our side pockets in. Very, very nice. Okay, so on the back, outer back, we've got this series of stacked pockets. Just go one on top of the other, like so, and you can stagger them like that if you want to, or you can just build them up on top of each other, and I think you get the best effect if you just build them up on top of each other. And it's up to you whether you want to put the tape on each one. I'm going to do that because, like I say, it just makes it easier to get your stuff in and out of. So I'll carry on doing that, and I'll come back to you when I've got that finished. So if Mr. F would pause me, that would be excellent, and I'll crack on with this. Okay. Okay, so I've got my triple pockets in here, and I put the Timmy tape, which I'm hoping is magically going to get rid of our problem. The only thing really construction wise that I've got to do is to add the little flap that goes on the front. Now what I should have done, and please bear in mind because I told myself this 100 times before I started and I still forgot, is before you stick your backing paper on, stick that on and then you won't be left with this flap. And my choices now are that I could put it like that, which I really don't like the look of. Looks a bit like an afterthought. I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is do it like that. Stick it there. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do. It'll be like magic, like it was supposed to be there. So let's get this. What does that measure anyway? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1/4. So a little over 3 1/2 then. 1, 2, 3 1/2, about there. So that's where the middle of this is going to go. Kind of like that. So let's glue that down. Yeah, just always with these folios, especially when they've got flippy flaps and stuff like that, you've got to remember which order they go in. It's critical. I think that's about right, about there. Something like that, I'd say. So that's going to be the little flippy flappy for the front. But, I mean, that I can't leave that. That's unsightly. Unsightly, I say. So let's just bone fold of that. Then I'm going to put a bit of Timmy tape down there. And bone fold of that on. And then I'm going to put this little, it's going to be a little tuck spot. So it's going to go on there like that and look like it was meant to be there all the time, which of course we all know it wasn't. But that doesn't matter. We've worked our way through our mistake. Well, my mistake. Hopefully you won't do the same, but if you do, this is a way out.
Or happy little accident, as Bob would say.
Yeah, so happy little accident. So that goes there. Leave room for the hinge. Just make sure that that closes, yep. And just glue that in place. And then we can just put a little tag in there that's hidden by that, you know, something quite short that's hidden by that. So all in all, it hasn't worked out too badly. Could have been worse. There we go. So I think that is all the construction. There's nothing goes on the back for obvious reasons. They just get caught on things. That's the inside. That's the flippy flap that folds up. It's got a belly band there, big pocket here. So lots of scope for decoration, and also the tags and stuff that need to go in. So that will be the next part, which for you will be a couple of seconds, but I've got to go make these things, so I'll see you at some stage. Bye. Hi guys, I'm back again. I keep saying that because it's been a day since the last video I made for this, although for us watching the premiere it's like a second ago. So yeah, I am back again, but I was anyway a minute ago. Anyway, this is our folio and we've reached the stage where we need to decorate it up a little bit. Now I haven't got any kind of pre-bought ephemera or anything for this, and it's quite pretty and I don't want to really grunge it up. So what I thought I'd do is use some of the remnants that I've got left, and I've got quite a lot out of the kit actually, and just make some pretties to put on. So for down these pockets I've cut out a couple of pieces of where are we? These. I'm going to stick those on I like those actually. So let me just get my Timmy ruler out so I can get them straight. Put that on the edge of the pocket. So yeah, I think that's about where I want that, maybe a touch less. That's 1/2 inch. Yeah, maybe 5/8 of an inch. Let's go to something awkward. Yeah, I think that's right. So I'll leave my Timmy ruler there, put my glue on here. So we're just doing the decorating now. We're on to the final bit really. So it's come together very quickly, this little folio. And I like it. Well, you know I do. I love folios. And as I say, all the templates are available in the Pink Monarch shop, and I will put a link below for those, and so are the kits. So right, so I'm holding my Timmy ruler there, and I'm just bringing this up to it, so it should be straight. There we go. Lovely. And I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm actually going to turn this over, turn it around, because I work better that way. 5/8. So I'll put that one on 5/8 as well. And then they should look right. There we go. So I quite like the idea of using some of the remnants to decorate it with. I can't ever remember doing that before, but sure I have. Because, to be honest, if I put all these garden path papers away, the papers I've got left, I don't know when I'm going to use them again. They'll, oh, don't do that. They'll join the sort of ever-increasing band of remnants that I've got that kind of never seem to come out. I need to get more organised. Seriously, I do. Right, so let's hold that on the 5/8, which is there. Pop this down to the bottom. Push that up to the ruler. And there we go. That should be about right there. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. And then I'm going to do the same on this piece, the inner flap. I might just take that notebook out first actually, and it'll lie flatter. Oh, I need the centre. I need the centre of that, don't I? So that measures, oh that's handy isn't it, 1 3/4. What's half of 1 3/4 then? Half of 1 is a half, and 1 3/4. 7/8. Gosh. It's a mental workout. Oh, now I've worked out the centre. That's not much good, is it? Where's my strip that goes up there? Shall I just do it by eye, do you think? I think so. I think I can be trusted with that. Let's give it a try. So at this stage it all goes horribly wrong. Surely I'll be able to get that in the middle. So I'm starting off today with clean hands, no glue, no nothing, so it's really nice at this moment because my hands are clean. So let's get that where we think is the centre. That's about there, I'd say. I think that's about right. I think that's about right. Let's put the little journal back in there. There we go. And what I'm going to put on top of that little band, I've cut some circles out of the pink remnants. So I thought I could use those. Just maybe there and there. and I cut some hearts just with my paper punches, which I'm going to put there, and I think they look quite nice, like that. Yeah, I mean, I'll try and get them central, of course, but I quite like that. I think it lifts it a lot, actually. So let's do that. And I want the pattern going kind of up and down and in the middle. Oh, and level with there. Looks about right. Stick my little heart on when I'm here. I printed this on the back of something else, so that's what the lines are about. It's just reusing some paper. So that wants to go kind of there, I think. Yeah, I like that. I do actually, I like it. So I'll do the same on this side. Yeah, I think my paper punches are much underused actually. So that's kind of level with there, so it's about there. Is that fairly central? I think so. There we go. Oh, I've just had an idea about the hearts. I'll share it with you in a sec. Yeah, I was just wondering about the hearts. I could have them on there, couldn't I? Would that be too much? Would that be too much heartage? Oh, I don't know, I quite like those. Might do that. Right, so the next thing I want to do is do the same with this here, which I see now is not quite central, but it's not far off. So I'm going to put that about there. Let's bring it down so you can have a look, see what I'm up to. So about there. Yeah. Whoops. So yeah, the one thing I trusted myself to do, which was put that strip down, I've managed to not get it central, but it's, you know, it's not desperate, it's okay. Right, so that's them done. So yeah, I need to think about whether I want to put hearts on all of those or not. Quite like them with the hearts on. I think it brings it all together. Might do that, might just jolly well do that. Right, so what have we got now? Well, the big pocket, this one. So I've cut out a pink strip to go on there. And I've cut out, do you know, I can't remember now. I think it's this one. I think it's the large one. In the same pattern as that, but it's the smaller version. So let's bring that down a bit. Put that on there. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. Balances in with the whole book nicely. So let's do that. Have inked round all of these. Save you having to watch me. Because I know that can be tedious, but sometimes it's just got to be done. So where exactly am I going to put this? About there? Yeah, I think so. and then that on top. That is nice. It's going together nicely, this, actually. Says she with a surprised tone. There we go. So about that, yeah, lovely. I like that. And I'm not putting a heart or anything on that because I really like that pattern. So what else do we have then? Oh, we've got these. And I've got a little one of these to go there. You could make this into a belly band if you wanted to. I don't want to because I think that triple pocket's thick enough without adding more to it. Let's pop that on there. And another one of these floral ones. Like that. Lovely. Right, what else have we got then? Oh, we've got this big one here. So I'm going to put a pink one on there. Like that. Coming together. We've got very few bits left, so we must be coming together, I think. About there, kind of halfway down. Lovely. That's square, looks square, and then I've only got this left, so that must go there. So let's just pop that in place. And I've got a little green heart left, so I wonder if I had intended to put that there. No, I'm going to leave it without. Right, so the question now is, do I want green hearts down each of these little things? I do think it brings it all together very nicely. So I'm just going to go and punch some hearts out and ink some, and I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I cut those out, I placed them, I liked them, so I inked them and stuck them down. So that, I think, is the centre of our folio, complete. So that folds in, very nice, very nice. That folds in. And this folds over like that. So that's what it looks like at the top. I was toying with the idea, I'll be honest with you, of putting a little journal in there, but there's not room. There really isn't room. This is getting quite chunky as it is. So there's just this piece to deal with now. So what I'm going to do is put a, well, this, whatever you call an eyelet, in there, and then I'm going to build up a little bit with some flowers. So let's put the eyelet in first. There's nothing on the back apart from the two. Oh no, we haven't got Velcro stickers on this one, have we? Thought we had Velcro stickers on it. No, not on this one. So I just want to make my mark where the halfway is, which I think I've already done. Yeah, there. Just going to bring that in a little bit because it's one of those wide ones. so I want plenty of room for it. So that's there, and make my hole and set my eyelet. There we are. And I've chosen one of these wide ones in what they call baby pink, which is odd really, because I would describe this colour as more sort of corally really, but it does go very well. So that's great. So let's get that set. Oh, I've got the wrong setting on my thingy. I was setting small ones. I think it's that one. We'll go with that one. Let's try. Oh, I don't think it is. No, I don't think it's that one. Let's try a different one then. I'm never sure which one of these on the bottom you're supposed to use. Let's try that one. Let's just keep trying them. Yeah, that feels a bit better. It feels a bit squishier. Yeah, let's put that one in quite nicely. So there we are, that's that. Now I want to just decorate this front up a bit. I didn't do it on the Whispering Floral one. I put some words on it, and that's got Velcro there. It doesn't need anything to hold it down. It's staying nicely. It's not bulging out. This one seems a bit bulgier, and I think that's because bulgier. Do you think that's a word? Because I think I made my journal part of it, this part, a bit thicker. So I have got some of my cream coloured flowers. Come here, come here. These ones that I buy from Hobbycraft, just plain cream colour. And I got my paints and my inks out and I coloured them. So I've got some flowers that match. And I had some leaves that were this colour, which does go, there is that colour in it, but I just gave them a quick coat over with some, can't remember now, Uncharted Mariner, something like that, just to kind of blew them up a little bit. So that's what I did with that. It's a mixture of paints and inks, whatever I had in the appropriate colours really. I just threw it at them. So I've got loads. I've got too many I think, but that's all right. And I think they go quite nicely with that. I did them in saltwater taffy, and then I went over them with a little bit of vintage photo just to knock them back a little bit because they were a bit in your face. And I did 4 leaves, so I'm not sure really what kind of arrangement I'm going to have here. I've got another 2 blue ones should I need them. Let's put that there. Let's put that there, and maybe another leaf up here. I don't know, looks pretty much done at that. One right in there. Maybe I need 2 leaves down in this corner. I think that's not too bad. I'm going to glue those in place, I think. Sort of like that. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. With what I've got, I think that's pretty good. So I need some glue. I'm going to use my Collage medium for this. It does not dry instantly. Contrary to what you might have heard other people, Tim Holtz, say, it doesn't dry instantly. You have to give it time to dry, but you know, we've got time, that's okay. We can give it time. So let's see where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with these 2 leaves here. It does take a little bit of shaking down. Shake down. So put plenty on. And I'm just going to start with that one. Why not? And the one next to it. It's like doing a collage. Well, I suppose it is a collage, isn't it, of sorts. And this one's going up there, like that. Well, just maybe a little touch over, actually. Come on, that's it. So I'm going to give those a really firm press down and then leave them, don't move them again. And that one's going there, so let's put that on next. And once again, give it a good firm press down. And then just leave it. That's going to get tucked in sort of up and under. Like that. And that's coming out sort of there, I think. Yeah, so this one probably needs to go on next. About there. Firm pressure. 49 and Market do beautiful, beautiful flowers. And I kind of feel the need to buy some. I really do. Just maybe white or cream or something that I can colour myself. But they do sort of mini arrangements, really. And I love them. That doesn't want to stick, but it will. In the fullness of time, it will. Don't give up on them. They'll be fine. And that's going to go there. So that's going to go in behind it. That's just a nice little arrangement to have on the front, I think. Have that there. Oh, I've made an appointment to have gel nails at the nail studio, which couldn't fit me until something like the, I don't know, 19th of July or something. But that's all right. I can wait. Just want to sort of feather that in there. There we go. So that's all of those are now stuck down. Well, they're in place. We have to I just want to knock that down out of that narrow little bit, otherwise it gets gummed up. So yeah, I like that. It really is these colours, so that's great. And now I just want to put, I've got a little bit of silk sari here in this lovely, lovely cream colour. So I'm just going to, how am I going to do this? I might use a button actually. Hang fire, I'll go and find a button. Okay, so I've found 3 cream buttons that have got 2 holes in. I'm not sure I'm going to get my sari silk through it, but I can try. Let's try with one end. Might work, might not. So feeding it through from the back, I'm just going to push it through with those tweezers. See if I can get it to go. Maybe, you know, maybe. Maybe. Yes. Yes, phew, that works. Right, now through the other hole. Don't even know where the hole is. There it is. Let's see if I can... Oh, look at that. See, you wouldn't have thought that, would you? But it works. Right. Now, if I can possibly help it, I don't want to come over those flowers. So I don't really know how I'm going to do this, but let's have a look and see. I'm going to feed this sari through there, through the eyelet. This is experimental stuff, so you know it could go wrong at any moment. I've got a join here in my sari silk, so I'm actually going to cut that off because I've got no chance whatsoever of getting that seam through there. That's never going to happen. Let's see if I can get that through there though. Yeah, lovely. So do I need wrong button. This one, do I need both through there? I think so. Do I? Let's just check up what I need. So that's coming to there, like that. I don't really want to go over these flowers, but I think I'm left with very little alternative. That's a real shame. Well, if that's what it is, that's what it is. I've got no alternative. Drat and blast, as they say. And it's just going to stay like that. Well, that's alright, doesn't look too bad, it looks alright. I like that sari anyway. So yeah, my alternative is what? To leave one of these out, go all the way around with that, and then tie a bow. Could I do that? Possibly, let's give it a try. I could use thin twine, but I kind of like the idea of the sari silk because it's that lovely cream colour. But that works okay, and that does minimal damage to my flowers. I mean, you don't want to be doing this every time you open and close your book, but still. Yeah, I think that's, I like that. I like it. I like the cream sari silk on it. So, I think that's it. I think we're done. I think we're done. So I'm just going to cut that off there. And there's our little journal. So that, you undo that bow, and then what happens? One of these goes round. I can't even remember how you do it, and I've just done it. Oh yeah, I tied a knot, didn't I, for the bow? Yeah, I think I don't need to do that. Yeah, I've tied it shut, where I probably didn't need to at all. Now it's just awkward to get open, so let's not do that bit. Let's make sure that's nice and tight on the page. There. So that comes round like that. Like that, and then you tie your bow. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Don't put a blinking knot in it, you nearly did it again. Silly woman. Just tie your bow. Yes, that's it. We're there. We've cracked it. Finally. Yes, that's it. Happy with that. That's grand. Like that. Okay. Phew, that was a bit dodgy at the end, wasn't it? Anyway, that's it. There's our folio. That's the garden path. This one is the whispering floral one, which is gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Look at that. It's just, oh, yummy goodness, isn't it? So there we go. Two quite different, really, I think, little folios, all from the same template set, and both look, well, I think both look lovely. So there you go. That's our folio for today. I'll be back with my collage very soon. Right, so we're down to the collage section on today's premiere. And these are the prompts. I've only given you 4 this week because they're 4 quite difficult ones, potentially, I don't know. And the prompts for this week, which is week 3, and those of you using the background papers that I'm providing, this is the one we're working on today. If you haven't downloaded yours yet, it's on my Ko-fi site, links underneath the video. They're free, just go and download them. You can, of course, which would be better, is make your own background, and then you're not tied to these colours that I'm using or suggesting. But I'll be building on, at the moment anyway, until we get a bit more legs under us, I'll be using the background pages. And the prompts this week are fabric, any kind of fabric at all, whatever, patterned, plain, stamped on, whatever, any sort of fabric. Stitching. Now that can be hand stitching, machine stitching, whatever you're comfortable with. If you haven't got a machine and you just want to do a little bit of hand stitching, that can look absolutely fabulous. And of course, it doesn't have to be stitching on fabric. You can stitch over paper, which looks, in my mind, really nice. Also stencil. Now last week we looked at building up some collage fodder, and we had some stencil backgrounds. So maybe you've been making collage fodder and you've got some stencil backgrounds that you can use. And a stamp. Now it's a stamped image rather than a postage stamp. You can use a postage stamp as well if you want to, but I'm looking for a stamp. When I say stamped image, it can be stamped numbers, stamped letters, anything as long as it's stamped, as opposed to a stamp. Okay, so if you want to take a screenshot or write those down, I'll just go through those again. The prompts for collage week 3 are fabric, stitching, stencil, and a stamped image. So if you include all of those things, I must say I haven't been very active on Facebook this week. I'm really sorry. I seem to have been very, very busy this week doing all sorts of projects, all to do with crafting, but just lots of things. So I'm really sorry that I've been a bit absent in the ranks this week. But I do look at it and I do see the beautiful collages that some people are putting forward. So to everybody who's posted their collage pictures, thank you enormously. It's great inspiration for me, and I'm sure it's great inspiration for others who see them. It's the way we learn, It's not copying. We're looking at the ones we like and trying to analyse what it is about those ones that we like. And then we can take that forward into our collaging. So thank you. Enormous thanks to the people who have posted their images. So there you go. We should have those down by now, I think. So I've got all sorts of things here on my desk. It's a right mess. So this is the background for week 3, and it's going to go in my book when we've finished it. So I'll just leave that there just now. Oh, I was just looking for something and I came across these. I thought you might like to see them. It's a bit worse for wear, but this is from my watercolour days. It's a Himalayan poppy, and that is a rose. I used to love watercolour painting. I just don't get time for it now. It's a shame because it's very relaxing. So yeah, there's a couple of watercolours that I did quite some time ago now. Oh, let's see if I can get those over there. That's it. Right, okay. So let's make a start. Now, what I would say is that straight away this is suggesting green to me. There's green down here. There's green. I love this. paper. It's beautiful. It's green and it's got these gorgeous white flowers in it. And then here we've got paint swatches, really, I would say. And I very much like that. And that instantly suggested to me the swatch ones that we did last week with the 49 and Market rub-ons. I don't know, did I do... What have I got? Just looking through the stuff we did last week. I'm not seeing it. I've got the red one. I thought I had the green one as well. Yes, I have. So I've got the green. These ones we did last week, 49 and Market rub-ons, straight onto the fabric. They're beautiful. You know, you can pull that fabric. They don't stretch. They don't crack or anything. They're great. I love them. So that's very reminiscent of that. And I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, I don't want to put it there. It's right next to that. But if I put it down here, that would look really nice. But is that too much green? Am I bringing in too much green? So I thought maybe the red. And I've really been searching for my colour wheel, which I can't find, because I wanted to show you why I instantly thought that red would work with the green. That if you've got a colour wheel, just have a quick look. They're opposite each other on the colour wheel, which means that they're colours that make each other pop, red and green. So if I don't use that, but use that, I'd still want it in a similar sort of place, I think. About there. And it's a similar sort of feeling to it, except it's in a complementary colour. So I'll leave that there. I might come back to that. I might be glad of that. I've got my little pile of goodies here that I've looked at. I've looked at all reds and greens. I like this. It's a big solid block of colour. So let's just try that in there. Now I'll explain why I'm putting it exactly where I'm putting it. Let's move that there. And here, if you've built your own background, this kind of comes automatically. You don't want things in a straight line, but because this is a printed page, you have to really look where the straight lines are. And a straight line along the bottom there. So I don't want to put this right on that straight line. For me, it just looks a bit odd. So I'm just going to drop it a little bit down off there. So I haven't got a straight line there with that piece. I haven't got a straight line there with this piece. Yeah, we're all right, I think. Might just have to move it up a touch because I was in danger of having a straight line there. So yeah, that is just big enough to do that. Okay, so I've got this piece now, and I'm going to just introduce that behind there. Maybe to there. Now I don't want that because that's just straight down there, and it just doesn't look wrong. So I'm just going to it doesn't look right, I should have said. Step that in just a little bit. So this is slightly sticking out there. And it just creates what they call tension, which is what we like to see. Tension. You wouldn't think you'd like to see it, would you? But we do. Right, so according to the prompts, which is here, fabric. Okay, I've got some fabric. Stitching. Well, I've got lots of stitched pieces. Loads that I did last week. These ones are coming to hand. That's quite a nice little one there. I like that one. That would be nice. It's kind of floral in its own way as well. I've also got this one, which I very much like. It's very definitely red. Yeah, I'm going to go for that one. And yeah, I don't know whether to leave the raw side that way. I'll give that a try like that. So I've got that a good, a little bit higher up than this one. And it's stepping out. I've got a line down here where that postcard is, so I just want to not be straight with that. So like that, that's fine. Quite like that, that's nice. Okay, So I've got my fabric, I've got my stitching, stencil. Well, I've cut off randomly a piece of this, the green, this bit that we did, which is nice, and I thought it would go with this sort of overall floral, and it's the right colour for that as well. It's just perfect. I'm going to slide that under there, under that fabric, so I can still see that frayed edge, and under this one as well, and bring that just to there. So it's just underneath there, but not straight along, and it's underneath here, but it's just down below that. So there, yeah, there's the basis of my my collage. That's my kind of base on top of the base, if you like. So this green stencil bit looks a bit plain, really, I think. So what have I got? I've got that, which is a bit white actually. I've pulled out two of those. Oh no, they're different, but they're a bit white. They can go back in the box. I've got this one that I stamped last week in red, and it's cream at least, so it's going to go a little better. Let's just pop that in there, see what that looks like. Yeah, I quite like that. So I could stamp an image on there, or I've got the leaves that I stamped last week in the VersaFine Shady Lane colour. Yeah, okay, let's try that on there. I mean, I could just stamp it again if I knew where the stamp was. It might be, oh yeah, it's there, look. There it is. Yeah, I might preserve that. I'll preserve my stamped image and I'll stamp on this. You watch, it'll all go wrong now. But you never know, do you? Right, so I need a block. Oh, if you could just see my desk, it's just such a holy show, really is. I can't see anything on it. It's just too much of a mess. I'm going to have to, I think, get another block out. And my Shady Lane, wherever that is. Here we are, let's try this then. I suspect I'm going to have to glue this down because, yes, like all my stamps, it's so dirty. It won't stay on its own. So there we are, let's ink this up. This is the VersaFine Shady Lane. It's perfect for me because it's that beautiful sort of dark olive colour, which I absolutely love. My favourite. So I hope this works. Probably want it more that way, actually. Sorry if my head's in the way. Get a flash of the purple hair. Let's just give it a chance. Perfect! My goodness me, what's going on? Ooh, that's a good sign. Crush. So there we are, we've got our stamped image. So as it stands, once I add that, I've got my fabric, my stitching, my stencil and my stamped image. Excellent. I'm ahead of the game. Right, let's bring this down again. So that I want to just tuck under there. Just like that. Just to break up this quite a lot of stenciled image that I've got there. So that's looking nice, like that. Just getting that back in the right place so I'm not square with that. Maybe could bring that down a little bit, perhaps. Don't know. Now I've got this sort of island of stenciled bit there that I'm not overly keen on. So what have I got? Well, I've got that. That's quite nice, but I'd need to chop it up. Did I lay anything else out? Oh, I've got this. That's green. I don't know if it's coming up. Yeah, it is on screen. That's 2 cream next to that. This, yes. This is one of the Timmy bits of ephemera. I like that. So let's put that over the top of this stamped image and see if we can just get that onto there. Might have to move that down a bit so I can move that up a bit. There we are. Yes, I like that. I'm going to take that out all the way just to get rid of that straight line. So that's out all the way to the edge. Marvellous. Right, it's looking a bit, it's a bit naked in this area, isn't it? So I did look out these. You can stamp these yourself, of course. You know, I'm not saying you have to use the Timmy ones. I'm definitely not saying that. Use what you've got. And if you've got some red ink, then stamp your own stamps out. It'll just individualise it that little bit more. I think I'd like that behind there, not in front. Let's put that behind. Yeah, okay. Happy, I think. Yeah, happy with that. Okay. And I've got these. And the other thing I got out, well, I was looking for a kind of focal point apart from that. And I thought this was really nice. It's red roses, but it's all on a sort of vintagey green background. And I thought that might look really nice. I'm going to have a bit of a rejig here. I could put that there, but this is going to have to come out a bit, otherwise I won't see the stitching. Yeah, I think I'll put that in front of this piece, down to there. I like that as my focal point. I like that, that works. And I like everything else actually. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. Right, so now I've got this fragile, do not drop, handle with care. And I'm going to put that over there, I'm just going to tuck it under, just a titchy bit, just there, like that. Lovely. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, I like that. Then I've got this, which is very bright red. And I'm going to put it in this area somewhere. Maybe even just there. Right to that edge. Well, you know, just a mill in from it there. Now this looks stranded. So I've got some green postage stamps. Trying to see what else I've got. Got that, but it's just too similar to that. Yeah, let's see what the postage stamps have to say. It's hard holding everything when nothing's glued down, of course. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, I like that. That's all right. And I think I've got 2 more of these. Maybe just one. Oh no, there's the other one. I don't know. I could put one up there. And maybe one down here somewhere. I don't know, it's like the final pieces of a jigsaw. Where do they fit? Or that awful feeling when you're doing a jigsaw and you're left with 2 pieces that don't fit. That's a bad feeling. I don't know, I want to put this somewhere, but I really don't know where. Should we try it there? See what that looks like. they're all on this side, that's the problem, and it's kind of leaving this side behind. So we'll come back, Stampy. How about we try it there? What about there? Just under that and a little bit under that. Yeah, what's that look like? It's coming out a bit to the edge. Yeah, let's have a look. What does that look like? Yeah, that's nice. I like this triangle with the stamps. I like the reds, and it's picked up in the centre. Think we're there, guys? I think that's it. Right, I'll put you on pause while I ink all these bits up, and then we'll come back and we'll glue them all in place. I'm quite happy with that. I like it. I mean, what I would say is, because I'm doing this on a printed background, everything's down from the top, and that's because I want to leave this and that to be visible. If you're making your own background, maybe you don't have to build in the bottom bit. You know, you can build on the entire page, but I really want to preserve these pieces here. So I've shunted all of mine down, but I like it. I think it's nice. So I'll ink around it and I'll come back to you. Right, I've inked everything. All the other collage fodder that I made last week is now trying to get in on the deal. So let's just push that to one side. If you could see my desk, you'd feel sorry for me. I know you would. Anyway, right, let's stick the page in. And then we'll crack on putting everything down. So I had to trim my page, actually. It was just a little bit too big, so I've trimmed it a little bit. That's last week's collage that we did. And that was week 1. You're getting the idea, I really like greens. Next week's is really different though. Next week's is this one. Ooh, that's nice, isn't it? I have to put my thinking cap on for that. Right, come on, less wittering, more action. More action. Nearly got through the day without too many sticky fingers. Ugh. Went off the edge there. Went over the limit. Yeah. Hope you're enjoying doing these collages. I think by the feeling in the group you are enjoying them. And like I say, I'm loving seeing them. So let's just get that down where it needs to go, back there, I think, something like that. I don't know what you're sticking yours in. Some people have told us in the group what they're sticking theirs onto. I'm sure by the end of it, by we've finished this, won't we have a spectacular resource to look at? Or just a lovely thing to look at, you know, just... It's not a journal, not in any way, shape or form, but it's just going to be a pretty thing to look through. Right, so where did I begin then with this? I was, however, not totally stupid. I did take a photograph. So I've got something of an idea. And I would recommend that you do that, because you think you remember, and you cavalierly sweep them all off the page, and then you look at the pile and you think, yeah, well, where did any of that lot go? So I think I'll put that down first. And then maybe this one. I don't know. I'm going to have a little bit of a test drive. I think that goes there. Looks like it goes there. I am going tonight to start trying to teach myself, with the assistance of our lovely Kerry Betts, how to make digitals. I have very, very, very loosely started making some digitals. The teal set that I made to go with the... I can't talk and think. I'm very limited in my abilities in that department. I think that goes there, and I don't think anything goes under that. So I'm going to stick this on first. Yeah, in a very limited way, I started making digitals with some of those lovely teal flowers that I had to go with the big flippy floppy, I think, the original flippy floppy that I made. But, you know, I really want to expand on that. I want to have a look and see what I can do, what's possible. So Mr. F has downloaded Procreate, which I think is the thing that I need. Well, more better than that, Mr. F thinks it's the thing that I need. And Kerry. So if those two are saying that's what you need, that's what you need. Right, I'm going to put that then according to my photograph. That's where it goes. So we're off and running. We've got something stuck down. Now then, I think this piece might be the next piece. And that goes about there. Let's stick that on. Can see I'm reusing papers that this has got some sort of silver foil on it. I think I was trying to make dangles for the side of my journal, and I stuck some aluminium foil down and cut them out. I can't remember now why they didn't work some time ago, but they didn't. Right, so this goes quite a long way down, quite a long way across. So let's put it there. Might not actually go that far down, but it's there now. It's there. So then this piece just comes over that and just comes over that, and it goes there. Right, so to stick this down, what I'm going to do is put some glue down on my page like that. Then I'm going to take my finger, as much as I hate doing this, I can't think of another way of doing it, and just spread that glue out, because if you don't, it'll come through your fabric and it'll look horrid. Horrid, I say. So there we are. Then you press that down into the glue, but because you've spread it out, it doesn't come through in those awful, ugly, blotchy marks that you get. So that's that on there. Glue. Right, next then. Well, I've got this. Let's put the centerpiece on, then we can work at fluffing around the edges a bit. So this seems to come like that. Maybe up a bit. No, maybe down a bit. About there. Now I'm just going to hold it there because I've got things that I know go underneath that. So this is one of those pieces. And I'm still in two minds really whether to put it on that way and have the raw edge, the frayed edge down there, or put it on this way and have the frayed edge there over that green. Yeah, I like it that way. That's what I'm going to do. So is that the next piece to go on? I think so. Just going to budge that over a bit, otherwise it's right on the edge of there. So let's just put some glue down for that. Same thing again. Same process. You have to bear in mind, as Julie would say on Camellia Crafts Designs, baboons are not going to break in and try and rip this apart. So it doesn't have to be, you know, stuck down to for Kingdom Come sort of thing. Just held in place. There we are. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's great. That's great. Right. That needs to go under there. So let's get that in there kind of quickly before that sets, and that goes right out to the edge, but I want to see that hole as well, so I'll move it to there. Okay, I ain't bother inking this piece, it's so dark I didn't think you'd see the ink on it, to be honest. This piece has got a hole in it. If you want to add something to that, that would only add interest, it would make it look nicer. So I'm putting that right out to almost to the edge, just allowing that hole to be visible. So there we are, that's that. Lovely. Bring this back in and it goes there. Right, so the next thing is the stamped image, and it goes there. I think originally I had it under that, but I quite like it over, so I'm going to leave it over. So it tucks under that bit of fabric, just over there, over this red piece, and that's it there. That's lovely. Now then, I still can't stick this down because I've got some words and stuff to stick on. Doesn't look quite straight. That's it. Whew, my fragile do not drop, handle with care. That goes there, and it just tucks underneath this. So I'm going to leave that till I've got this glued down because it just tucks underneath it, that's all. And this one goes kind of there, I think. Yeah, about there. Let's stick that one down. That we can do, I think. So even with a photograph, I'm still changing things up a little bit, but not much. I've got the broad outline of what I'm doing. So that about there, there. Bring it right over to the edge, so you're bringing it out all the time. Lovely. And then I've got my green stamps, which fit just over that. Get them the right way up. They just pop just over the bottom of that by air ticket there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So that sort of brings that side in. Now the other things that I had with these two stamps, and I know I had them, but I cannot see where I put them. I don't know where they were. I think one must have been over this side somewhere, but I can't remember where, because I know I had that in there and I had one of these above it, I think. Maybe like that. And that's got to go there. It's like I was talking about a jigsaw piece. There isn't anywhere else where this goes where it looks right. So it's got to go there. So let's put that piece in. Just there. Which just breaks that stenciled piece up a little bit, which I'm glad of. It was quite dominant, that. And now I'm going to stick this down, and then I can tuck that into the top. So we're almost there. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Lovely. I'll stick those three sides down quite well. And now this piece. Which is on top of the fabric, but just under that central focal point. There we go, and then this one. Which is our last piece, I do believe. And I'm just sticking it just under that frayed edge of the fabric and just on top of there. I'm going to have to stick it just under because it's going to be the same height as the fabric. And that I don't want, so that's it. There we go. Push that straight. Right, there we go. There's my collage. I rather like that. Very nice. Maybe you shouldn't say that about your own work. I don't know. That's not quite straight. That's it. There we go. So our red and green collage. And the prompts, where's week 3 gone? That's week 2. Here's week 3. There we are. Fabric, yes and yes. Stitching, yes. Stencil, yes. Stamp, yes. It's all there. Managed it. So that's the end of the premiere. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we've had a lovely chat. I can't wait to chat with all my friends again. It's lovely. I love this way of doing things. If you don't, please let me know. And if enough of you don't like it, we'll go back to the old way. But this way, I get to chat with you all, and it's brilliant. So thanks very much for joining me today. I'll see you through the week. Until then, take care and don't forget, be kind. Bye.